Hey everyone, welcome back. Big news just dropped that could affect millions of people living and traveling in the US. Yes, we are talking about Trump's brand new travel ban for 2025. If you're a green card holder, a visa holder, or even planning to travel soon, you need to hear this. Don't worry, we are going to break it all down, step by step, so you know exactly what it means for you. Now, I know these announcements can feel overwhelming, rules change, deadlines appear out of nowhere, and it's easy to feel like you're scrambling to keep up. But that's exactly why you're here with me today. My goal is simple: to give you the most important details in a clear, friendly way so you can take action confidently without stress. We'll cover who is affected, which travel restrictions are new, and what steps you need to take to make sure your travel plans aren't disrupted. So, whether you're heading abroad soon, planning a family visit, or just want peace of mind knowing your green card or visa status is secure, this video is made for you. Stick around, because by the end, you'll have the clarity and tools you need to navigate these new rules safely. And hey, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you updates like this every single time. Let's dive in and make sure you're fully prepared. All right, now that you know the basics from the intro, let's really unpack what's happening with this new travel ban and what it could mean for you. I want to make sure you don't just leave this video with pieces of information floating around in your head, but with a clear picture and a sense of confidence in your next steps. Because let's be honest, there's nothing worse than reading about these rules, feeling like you understand them, and then realizing you don't know what to do when it actually affects you. So stick with me. I'm going to guide you through all of it in a way that actually makes sense and doesn't feel like you're reading a legal document. First, let's talk about who is actually affected. When a new travel ban is signed, the language in the official announcement can feel intentionally confusing, right? That's why so many people immediately panic. But here's the good news. If you're a green card holder or on a valid visa, you're not automatically barred from traveling. The restrictions are specific, and they often target certain countries or situations. And this is important, there are nuances you need to understand so that your trips, plans, and even long-term living arrangements don't get unexpectedly interrupted. One of the biggest questions I've seen floating around online, and probably the one that's on your mind right now, is whether you can leave the US and come back without issues. And honestly, this is where a lot of people get tripped up. You might think, I've got a green card, I can travel freely, but under new regulations, certain countries' entries might be restricted, and additional documentation could be required for your return. That doesn't mean you can't travel, but it does mean you need to be proactive. Don't wait until the last minute to book a flight or finalize travel plans. Take a moment to check the official guidance from USCIS and the Department of Homeland Security. It's not just bureaucratic red tape, it's your safety net to make sure your status isn't jeopardized. Now, I know that even just hearing official guidance can make you feel stressed. I get it, dealing with immigration rules can be exhausting, especially when you've already gone through so much just to get your green card or visa. But here's the thing. Taking a few minutes now to understand the rules can save you days, weeks, or even months of headaches later. It's really about staying informed and proactive. And that's why I'm here. Think of me as your friendly guide through this maze of rules, someone who's going to translate the legal language into plain English and make it actually understandable. Let's dive into some of the practical implications for green card holders. Imagine you've been planning a family visit abroad. Maybe it's a wedding, a graduation, or simply a long-awaited vacation. Under normal circumstances, you'd book your ticket and go, right? But with this new travel ban, you need to pause for just a moment and ask yourself a few key questions. Is your destination country included in any restrictions? Have there been changes to visa renewals or consular appointments in that region? Are there any new requirements for re-entry into the US? These are not just theoretical questions. They're the exact ones that could determine whether your trip goes smoothly or turns into a stressful scramble. Visa holders face a slightly different set of challenges, and it's equally important to understand. If your visa is tied to employment, study, or another specific purpose, you need to double-check that any travel plans won't interfere with your legal status. Even a short delay in returning to the US could cause complications, so it's essential to plan ahead. And yes, I know it can feel restrictive, but the goal here isn't to scare you, it's to give you clarity. Once you know exactly what to do, you can travel with peace of mind instead of constant worry. Now, I want to touch on a part that often gets overlooked: the emotional side of all this. Travel restrictions, Bans and ever-changing rules are not just legal hurdles. They can feel personal. They can make you anxious, frustrated, or even resentful. And it's completely normal to feel that way. You've worked hard to build your life, your family connections, and your opportunities in the US. And anything that threatens that, even temporarily, can feel like an attack on everything you've achieved. That's why staying informed isn't just about paperwork. It's about reclaiming your sense of control. When you know the rules, you reduce uncertainty, and that's priceless in times like these. Let's also talk timing, because timing is everything. When a ban like this is signed, there's usually a period before it fully goes into effect. That window can be crucial for travelers who need to finalize plans or update documents. If you act quickly, you can navigate around restrictions, reschedule flights strategically, or even secure the necessary approvals before they become more complicated. The key here is not to panic, it's to move smartly and deliberately. Think of it like steering a ship through a storm. You don't stop moving, you just adjust your course carefully and intentionally. I want to address another common concern: misinformation. Social media is full of confusing or outright wrong claims about bans, visas, and green card rules. You might see headlines saying, "Green card's invalid," or "All travel ban." And I promise, that's almost never the full story. That's why I encourage you to focus on verified sources and break down announcements carefully. Don't rely on rumors or scary posts meant to get clicks. Instead, take a deep breath, read the official guidance, and then make decisions based on facts, not fear. And that's exactly what we're doing here together. Okay, so what's next for you as a viewer? Step 1 is staying informed consistently. Step 2 is preparing any documents, renewals, or travel approvals you might need well ahead of time. Step 3 is monitoring your destinations and return options so there are no surprises. If you follow these steps, you'll be in a much stronger position than most people who wait until the last minute and then panic. And here's the best part: once you develop this habit, you'll feel more confident every time there's a new policy change, not just with this travel ban, but in future updates as well. Before we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a few words of reassurance. Yes, travel bans can feel intimidating, especially when they come from a high-profile announcement like this. But knowledge is power. By understanding exactly who is affected, what rules apply to your status, and how to act proactively, you're putting yourself in control. You're not just reacting, you're making informed choices, which is exactly how you stay safe, prepared, and stress-free. And don't forget, I'm here to keep you updated every step of the way. If you like this video and find it helpful, give it a thumbs up. That simple action not only supports this channel, but also ensures I can keep bringing you clear, practical advice on important topics like this. Sharing this video with friends, family, or anyone you know who might be affected is also a huge help. You'll be giving them peace of mind just like you're getting now. So take a moment today to review your plans, check your documents, and feel confident that you can navigate these changes safely. Remember, you're not alone in this. Millions of people are in the same boat, and with the right information, there's no reason to feel stressed or uncertain. Stick with me, stay informed, and you'll always have a trusted guide in your corner.